IDF conducted an airstrike in Beit Lahia, northern Gaza on Sunday morning, killing several terrorists, including a Hamas operative who infiltrated Israel on October 7th. The military said some of the operatives posed as journalists and were using a drone for attacks against Israeli forces. The strike, carried out in 2 phases, targeted the drone operators and then additional terrorists attempting to recover equipment. Palestinian sources claimed the drone was used to document aid distribution, which Hamas echoed. Meanwhile, the IDF also struck 3 terrorists in central Gaza's Netzarim corridor as they attempted to plant explosives. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu instructed Israel's negotiating team to prepare for continued hostage talks in Doha, based on U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff's proposal to secure the immediate release of 11 living hostages and half of the deceased captives. The move comes as negotiations with Hamas near collapse, with Israel and the U.S. rejecting Hamas's latest offer, which would have seen American-Israeli hostage Idan Alexander and 4 dead American hostages return home in exchange for extending the ceasefire and the release of more Palestinian security prisoners. Meanwhile, Adam Boehler stepped down as the U.S. Special Envoy for Hostage Affairs. He will continue working on hostage negotiations, but in a lower-level role that does not require Senate confirmation. Israeli officials continue to warn that the IDF may intensify military action in Gaza if no agreement is reached soon. U.S. President Donald Trump ordered military strikes on Yemen's Houthis over the weekend in response to their attacks on Red Sea shipping. He warned that hell will rain down if they do not stop and told Iran to halt support for the group or face consequences. The U.S. strikes targeted Houthi radars, air defenses, and missile systems. The Houthi-run health ministry reported more than 24 dead and equally as many wounded. The attacks also knocked out electricity in the Sada province. Trump defended the strikes, calling the Houthis terrorists responsible for piracy and global economic disruption. He blamed former President Joe Biden for handling the Houthi threat weakly. The U.S. informed Israel of the operation in advance. A U.S. official told local media the strikes were also a message to Iran amid nuclear negotiations. The Houthis, backed by Iran, recently announced plans to resume attacks after Israel's blockade on Gaza aid.
This news flash is brought to you by Blessed by Israel.
Experience the power of truth with ILTV News. If you're looking for quality content and captivating visuals, join our news community and become an integral part of our team as we embark on a mission to unveil the real Israel, dismantling the web of lies and misinformation that surround reporting on Israel. By subscribing to ILTV News, you will not only have access to the latest updates, but you will also amplify our message, creating a ripple effect that carries the truth far and wide. Subscribe today and help reshape the narrative. Available on the web, Android, and Apple.